Cool, so we are live with ViZN versus Team Misalignment on map 1 Clubhouse. We've got Team Misalignment attacking here and we've got ViZN defending. TM do have more clan tags, so good start for them. Let's see what they ban. So we do have Clubhouse as our first map here. It's going to be followed up by Cafe. Capital being the first ban. Let's see if we see the standard Maverick ban or whether both of these teams are comfortable playing with a Maverick in play. Thatcher ban, so we're going to see Maverick. Going to see Monty as well available. Both of these teams are full of experienced players, all high ranks. I'm expecting a relatively close game. I think Team Misalignment have a slight edge. We'll see how it turns out. We've got Jinky, Sensei, Magic, Cooper, Tats for Team Misalignment, and we've got Kamikaze, Focusing, Raspy, Velo, and Expert for ViZN. Receive a standard mirror ban. And a pulse ban, so Echo and Maestro both in play. So there's a lot of different options in here. We've got the Maverick available, we've got the Echo Maestro. Let's see how this pans out. We've got 5 people online watching at the moment. Only 1 comment so far. If you've got predictions for the match, if you're aware of, if you've scrimmed them, put your predictions in the chat. We're down to Church first. We've got Mute Mozzie combination coming out here. We might see... They were on a castle just a minute ago, so I'm wondering if that's going to be a 6-pick. Yeah, they are going back to the castle, so this could be a variation of the SSG strat. Fairly standard coming out from the attack for double hard breach. No Hibana in play, but for Mavericks there you don't necessarily need it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see if ViZN set up to hold the entire map. Yeah, they are. So this is definitely going to be relatively similar to an SSG strat by the looks of it. Just a couple of variations. So the Vigil dropped out for the Alibi by the looks of it, and the Legion dropped in favour of a Jaeger. Which could be a couple of interesting variations, because you could see the ADS is stopping a rush. It'll be intriguing to see how... I suppose Castle's now got the super shorty, so he's got to make all of the rotates that Mozzie would have previously made. So this could be an interesting variation.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Reload!
TM here just droning in, having a look at the setup, trying to work out a weak spot if they can get in. They are droning out blue straight away, so it makes me wonder if they're doing push where they only plan taking through one side of a map. Lots of Alibi Prismas up here. An opening kill for Velo there onto the Buck. And the Ash is already in dirt. The Ash is actually already in sight, so they've gone for a bit of a mixed rush here. The Ash does kill the castle. Let's see if she gets the kill here. She dies, traded off by the Mute. It's a 3v4 situation. I'm not sure if it looks like Ash was the only one rushing. We have got Jinky following it up as Thermite. Don't know if he knows that the Mute's on his right here. Oh, we'll be aware of it now. Let's see what the other attackers are doing. It seems a bit disjointed here. They had a couple of people rushing dirt, but then the others seem to be having different ideas. So I'm not sure if they got stuck on a roam clear that they weren't expecting. The Maverick has been downed here up in blue. An Expert gets the kill there. 4v2 here for ViZN. And Jinky is still down in this dirt, so he's trying to get the gun to this Mute, which could swing around if he gets it. But Mute's playing this quite well, and Jinky's caught in quite a bad crossfire here. And it's all down to Tats on his own now. He's upstairs, he doesn't have a diffuser or very much map control. In fact, he's left the map. So Not a good start here for Team Misalignment, but it was quite an extensive, very defender-sided hold. And yeah, finished off there. So first round here going across the Vision. Velo and Expert racking up a couple of kills. Kamikaze Insight is not aware of the Ash rushing in. I'm surprised that Team Misalignment didn't seem more coordinated there. They had a couple of people pushing dirt. I wonder if they just got held up on blue. But we'll see how it goes for the onto the CCTV defense here. So it looks like a lot more standard of a CCTV. We've seen the 20-second meta coming out with the Wamai and the Goyo, but we've got the Echo thrown in, which can make it very difficult for these hackers to know whether or not to take an IQ. And the Echo actually getting 6-picked. I wonder if this is going to be onto a Maestro. Nope, he's keeping it. So TM not 6-picking onto the IQ, so I'm not sure if they were expecting the Echo to be 6-picked off, or if they're just that confident. They have got quite a lot of projectiles, so this 20-second meta with the Ash and Zofia in play might not have as much of an effect. Interesting shield coming out there, Velo, just watching the CC window. Normally you've seen teams like SSG run back the other way around looking at the breach, but obviously they're a little bit concerned about the angles from the CCTV window. Let's have a look at these Goyo shields. So you got one, that's quite a nice angle actually, cutting off the logistics. And they're really trying to make a little bit of a cubby here for a player to sit in construction, hold down the angles. Let's see how Team Misalignment approaches, let's see if they get a little bit more coordinated than last time. The Ash running the G36 here, so she does have the ACOG to play with. Definitely looks like a garage-sided take so far. I wonder if we're going to see the Zofia trick come out here, which might be countered by the utility, but there's no shield there, so I don't know if they've got any magnets protecting that at the moment. And they have breached lower garage already, so I'm assuming it's the Echo. Yeah, the Echo's up here, responsible for holding it with the ACOG. Definitely a power position on Clubhouse. We'll see if they can be dislodged by Team Misalignment. And it does look like they're trying to do some variation of tricking here.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So I think Tats has gone below there and he's taken out the floor below the Bandit, but it looks like the Bandit might be... No, the Bandit is definitely fallen off. So the wall has been opened here by Team Misalignment. We yet to see an opening pick. Oh, there we go, as I say that. Maverick gets the opening kill onto the Echo, so that is garage control gone, and Sensei is now in lower garage, taking out the cab. I'm not sure if he's aware if there's anyone below him, or maybe he's wondering if it's maybe he's aware of this Jaeger just playing in new blue, but this looks a lot more confident this time from Team Misalignment. They've got the garage control, they've got the open picks. The drone is going to get murdered there. Almost a second drone gone here.
Cover me! Reloading!
Magic with the third kill. It does look like it's falling apart a little bit here for Vision. Let's see if Velo can deny the plant here. No, he gets picked off, and yeah, that is round 2 going to Team Misalignment. Completely different to the first round. Now, I wonder if Vision are going to go back to CC, because that wasn't as strong as their basement defense. I'm intrigued to see if they would rather go onto Gym at this point. In fact, I think that might have been a flawless round that time. Yeah, it was. They are going to CC again, so I wonder if we'll see the same strat. A couple of variations coming out here for Vision. They've dropped the Goyo and the Echo in favour of a Vigil and a Doc. Maybe thinking a little bit more about gunfights. Actually going on to an Alibi. Oh no, they are going to the Goyo, okay. Interesting to see the Echo get dropped. I'm wondering if they just want the Doc to be able to heal himself up in garage and be able to hold it for longer. You're not necessarily getting anything out of the Yokais if your Echo is dying over in the garage before you can use it. Let's see if we see the same construction hold coming out here from the Goyo. Now, they're reinforcing these logistics walls. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but we've just seen a garage push come out. They're still leaving these 2 walls here under the 90, soft. I'm wondering if they should adapt and move their reinforcements around to try and cater to the push they've just seen. Let's see if Team Misalignment go for the same thing again here, then they could have an easy time dislodging this Doc, who only has half of his garage walls reinforced and doesn't look to have anyone supporting him for the most part.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recover
So yeah,
the
again,
bomb
it looks like we're
diffuser.
seeing a garage push. So I'm just thinking that this Doc is most likely going to have a hard time holding this down by himself. And yeah, straight away that's more angles to worry about. I do think we've moved into, I think more teams are attacking construction than previously. So I can see what the setup here from ViZN is attempting to do. I just think this Doc is at risk of getting isolated. And again, Sophia has gone below and got the angles to land it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this wall get open very soon. Open kill there coming out from Magic on the sledge. Playing quite an aggressive angle onto CC, so it's quite interesting that the shield setup here isn't necessarily working to prevent that. And he is going to nade across. So this bandit, I'm hoping, isn't going to go for the trick because it's just impossible at this point with the floor below him destroyed. They are attempting to get the walls though. Tats is in a very good position here to deny it. So no bandit trick, and he also gets the kill onto the Wamai who was roaming downstairs. So again, another confident opening coming out from Team Misalignment. Oh, the Doc might get the kill here. No, the Sophia backs off. Wise from the Sophia. The wall is open. So now it's just a 5v3 situation. The attackers have got control of Garage, but they don't necessarily have control of CC yet. So it's just seeing whether or not they can... Oh, and actually Magic here sneaking in below the Doc. The Doc doesn't look to be aware of me. He has seen the Doc. Misses a couple of shots. Down to the Doc and gets the kill. So double kill here coming out from Magic, and it's a 5v1 situation. Kamikaze gets the 1 kill, and prevents a flawless round, but unfortunately that is 2 rounds to Team Misalignment here, as they can't get their CCE defense to work. Yeah, I'm not remotely surprised here to see them go back down to Church and Arsenal. It does look like we're going to see the same SSG variation coming. Oh, actually this is full SSG now, so they've gone away from the alibi. Oh, sorry, no, they have the Jaeger, sorry, instead of the Elysian, so drop the alibi for a Vigil. This is quite a clever variation in my opinion. The Elysian's helpful in some aspects, but the Jaeger brings some good utility as well, obviously. Scoreboard's fairly even at the moment. Sentai, Tats and Magic all doing pretty good. Hoping ViZN can rack a couple of kills up. Clubhouse is of course defender sided, so I think a 3-3 split at minimum is needed here from ViZN. I'm just intrigued to see if his castle is actually opening up as many angles as the Mozzie would have done previously. I'm assuming he can't do, because the original SSG strat is based on having the Mozzie upstairs roaming with the shotgun, able to make rotates throughout the round as he needs it. Obviously that's not available anymore, but they've actually reinforced the hatch and bar, so it's a slight variation.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
A TM attack here, coming out fairly similar from the first round, so I'm intrigued to see if they do this double push again. They're actually leaving dirt soft. Now, I don't know if this is intentional or if it's just a missed section of the setup. But TM here looks to be getting very aggressive down this dirt tunnel. Let's see if this Buck can get any opening kills. And the defender inside definitely aware of us. I can't see, I think that might be the mute looking across at it, so he's going to be calling for help from his teammates, hopefully.
Reloading! Cover me!
And now this is a test of ViZN as to whether or not they know to come back down here. Are they going to stick upstairs on the roof, or are they going to come down? We see a flurry of kills here.
Bomb located by attackers.
3-3. They are in sight now, so it is a retake strategy here coming out for ViZN. The diffuser's actually been left outside by the looks of it. So we are just seeing a pure frag
Attackers recovered the
contested.
bomb.
It's 2-2. The attackers do now have a diffuser. Sensei inside is quite lit up.
Shot drone go live.
Throws out a drone, presumably to watch his flank. I'm not sure if focusing is aware here that the Maverick is getting the plant down. We got the Jaeger and the
Attackers
Twitch
are
both lit up.
activating the diffuser.
Twitch just get the 1 kill, so it's down to the Mozzie now to see if he can get the refrag, and he doesn't. So 3 rounds in a row here for Team Misalignment. And an ace coming out from Sensei. I actually didn't realise that until the end of a round there, so well played from him. Tearing it up on the F2. ViZN in a difficult spot here, so they're going back for Church Arsenal again. I think they need to play a little bit tighter together because they've seen Team Misalignment rush here 2 times in a row. I say rush, it's a dirt tunnel push. It's not necessarily all guns blazing, but it's well considered and it's fast. And also I think they need to consider reinforcing dirt tunnel. I'm not sure if they've planned to leave that soft, but it's just giving Magic an easy job just opening that up and letting all of his team rush in there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I suppose you could argue that they would go through there anyway, but at least try and use up the utility so that if it goes wrong and they try to relocate mid-round, there's a thermite charge wasted. And again, it doesn't look like they're reinforcing the dirt tunnel, so it looks like it was intentional, it wasn't an accident. I'm not sure who the IGL is for ViZN, but I think at this point they need to adapt a little bit more. They didn't change their reinforcements when they were defending CC. They haven't adapted anything about this apart from dropping the alibi once for a vigil.
5 seconds to
I'm
go.
hoping that they change their positioning a little bit.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Otherwise I'm a little bit tempted to say that the same... Actually, it does look like a different push coming out from TM this time, so that Team Misalignment actually coming here through Strip now. This is a flood. This is definitely a new way of attacking the bottom floor. I wonder if they're aware of the setup and they're trying to find a weakness somewhere in the bar. Difficult to know who to focus on right now because I'm not sure where this is going to turn out. I'm not sure if this Mozzie is aware. Oh, a couple of missed shots there. Unlucky not to get the headshot. And all of the attackers are just crammed in this middle floor, right in the middle of the setup. And the defenders are just everywhere around them, but no flanks. Oh, and actually the moto hatchet. I wonder if we're going to see a moto drop here. Defenders upstairs not looking to challenge us at the moment. Sensei is, by the looks of it, on this main stairs flank. So yeah, he's just covering the flank for the attackers. Who, they are doing a great job here of just tearing the strat apart. Oh no, but the Jaeger actually gets a double kill. But he does get traded off, so it's now a 3v4 situation where Jinky is in church planting. And the defenders have been very slow in noticing this, but they do have a man advantage.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Downs a thermite. So we see Cooper and Sensei in a 2v4 situation. The counter defuse is actually going off, and I don't think Sensei's going to get to this in time. He's actually he's been finished off. Good retake there. I like the idea coming out from Team Misalignment. I think they just misdroned the Jaeger, and it just cost them a couple of players rushing into church. Good positioning there coming out from, I think it's Raspy. So let's see if ViZN go back to CC. Now I haven't seen anything from their CC hold to make me think that they're going to win this round so far. Yeah, they are changing to Gym Bed. No? They can't seem to make up their mind. They are sticking with CC. I'm nervous about this because I've seen them get flawless and then around where they managed to achieve 1 kill with the C4. So they really need to work on actually holding down this garage. And I think they need to move their reinforcements. Opting for the Valkyrie here, so I assume they're going for more intel. hoping this could be
Attackers need
a
to
sign that we're
locate
going to see a
and
little bit
defuse
of
bombs.
adaptation coming out here from ViZN, because I want to see a good match here. I got a lot of respect for the way the team Misalignment are playing,
Attackers
but
have located
I want
the
to see
bomb.
both teams adapt, and I want to see them give each other a fair fight. So, again, no support coming out of this dock, and he's in a really difficult position holding down this garage without the full reinforcements and without a second player. I suppose the Jaeger is playing downstairs in the lounge, but I think they need to just double up on the garage position.
5 seconds left.
Or surrender it, one of the two.
Attackers
At the
are
moment,
moving
this
to
one
defuse the bomb.
isolated person playing in there is not working. And again, team Misalignment doing what looks to be a very similar push across, opening the CC wall and taking this garage control. So Focusing's aware of where the strat's struggling, because he's aware that the sledge has opened up that angle every time and he's wary of it. If he holds that angle at the right time, he could prevent the sledge from opening it. Or getting any use out of it, I should say. Maverick got an opening kill through the drone hole by the looks of it, and Sensei with a second kill to follow that up. And again, this is not a good hold coming out here from ViZN. Losing people contesting very default spots. Valkyrie down here, I'm not sure if they're aware of this, so Valkyrie could make a play here. She's got a couple of people downstairs next to her. Sees with Zofia. Potato some shots down for Zofia, but the Buck gets the trade.
Watch my back.
But Zofia's going to get picked up, and ultimately it's not going to make a huge amount of difference on this round. So, expert here on red stairs. And the dot does get a kill, so it's not a flawless round, but it is a very convincing round. Again, coming out from Team Misalignment, who have looked absolutely terrifying on their CCTV attacks here. I think they've dropped 2 or 3 players across 3 attacks onto it. And it is a 4-2 attacking split, so Team Misalignment here definitely looking like the better team so far. Let's see, because the Maverick being in play does potentially mean that Clubhouse is more attacker favoured, but even so, losing 4 of your defense rounds here is not going to put ViZN in a good spot. Slightly different attacking lineup coming here from ViZN, and it makes a lot of sense bringing the IQ alongside the extra projectiles because that Echo's in play. And Team Misalignment are running the Valkyrie Legion Kite, so the IQ is going to do a lot of work here, and there's still a couple of operators for the projectiles to get rid of.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So, Team Misalignment don't seem to be doing any sort of hold across the top floor. They are just doing a fairly default hold where it looks more like a bunker strat. I'm not sure if the Jaeger potentially is going to be roaming with somebody. Let's follow Sensei for a little bit of the start of this round, because so far he is the top fragger in the game.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
We can stop worrying about grenades.
So, I'm assuming it's going to be the Legion impact tricking here. And Team Misalignment are taking a long time to set this up. So Sensei not actually roaming, he's just been given the role here of holding down blue. He's playing it quite aggro, not playing behind the server rack, but could work out for him. It's about holding the dirt tunnel. We are seeing more or less a bunker hold here. Let's follow what the IQ is doing. So by the looks of it, I would imagine by now Vision have worked out that it's just a bunker hold. So they just need to use their utility wisely, but it needs to get all of the possible options open for them. Sledge here, still roam clearing top floor. I don't believe there's anyone anywhere near him, so... a bit of wasted time a little bit here, coming out from Vision. Now, can Kamikaze get 2 hatches? By the looks of it, no. Absolutely not. Okay, this guy needs to work on his maverick tricking. Sorry. And he gets punished for it. Sensei here, on the flank. Gets down, but he does kill the maverick, and that is 2 of the hard breaches down for Vision here. So it's a 4v3 situation for the defenders. Taking a lot of utility off the board for the attackers as well, so it's going to be a difficult recovery here coming out to Vision. The attackers funneling down main stairs. I'm wondering if they're struggling to get through the utility because they seem to have diverted a little bit from their original blue take, perhaps.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They have got control of this main stairs corridor, so if they can get to the church, it is Jinky who's just holding down this site on his own at the moment. I'm wondering if he is about to swing on this thermite. He is, as the thermite goes on drone. Fantastic timing there coming out from Jinky, and very unlucky for Velo. Kai does get downed, so it's a 3v2 situation, but the Maestro here, I think he has the diffuser down. I think the thermite was carrying it. Raspy here on very low HP. Possibly going to be another Vision player here on his drone. Trying to get sprung on by this Maestro perhaps.
10 seconds remaining.
And he does actually go into the Goo Mine. That Goo Mine is going to kill him, so he's got no choice but to pull it out.
5 seconds
And I
remaining.
doubt he's aware of the Maestro behind him, and it is 5-2 here for Team Misalignment, looking very dominant so far. You'd expect the Church Arsenal defences to go in the way of the defending team, so it's possible here that Team Misalignment will also have trouble on CC with the Maverick in play. But let's see if they set up more for a garage hold. Same attacking lineup being stuck here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I would love to see Sensei's cost by the end of this game, because I know he got the ace, but it looks like he's been fragging throughout the whole game, so I'm sure he's going to be showing up in the stat highlights. So yeah, they are reinforcing the entirety of this garage wall. And the rafters walls, they've potentially left either the red stairs or the construction external wall soft. I actually don't know where their 10th reinforcement has gone so far.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
Again, it doesn't look like Team Misalignment are setting out to roam here.
Attackers are moving out to
I know the
locate a
Jaeger's
bomb
a
and
lot
defuse
slower
it.
now, so it's a lot more difficult for him to get there in time, but I can't imagine the Wamai being the second mover, so Sentai may be capable of roaming on his own, but it looks like he's just going to play in sight with the rest of them. So yeah, a lot more of a bunker strat coming out here for Team Misalignment. And now this is the difficult part for the Bandit. He's got to try and peek this Maverick, and he's got to try and stop this wall getting opened, because the Bandit trick is just not going to work. It's going to be very difficult for the Maverick here, as the Bandit is just ready for this. Let's see if he gets counter-peeked at any point. And and that is the Maverick gone. So this is the difficulty of Maverick. You don't necessarily get the wall open safely. And actually, I think there's enough of the wall left that the Bandit's been able to trick it, and there's no Thatcher in place, so it'll be down now to the IQ to go below. But they are going entirely across from construction, so it's interesting here. Vision set up to reinforce all of the construction, and they are doing a construction take. TM very much took from garage and actually set up to defend garage. So both teams here defending the push that they prefer to attack, and it's not necessarily working out for them because the other team is just opening the side where they haven't set up any utility in. But let's see if ViZN can actually turn this into a plant. Jinky here in a very powerful position behind this bomb with the wall open. 3v3 situation, so it's a close round coming out from between the two teams here. Now the only problem here for ViZN is that you'd like to have the CC wall open to open a crossfire. They are going to have to funnel through these three entrances. You've got the CC window and the two breaches, sorry, the breach and the door and cache. And it's not much to work with. They're going to have a very hard time, potentially if Jinky plays as well, he can stop the entire push coming out here. And IQ is right on the verge of going into sight, but they've wasted enough time and Jinky's dead. So now we see the attackers getting into sight.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So they have got cache control, and now TM really do have their backs against the wall. It's going to be very interesting here. I think the C4 from Bandit has already been wasted.
Attackers are activating the bomb.
Let's see if he can retake the site. Nomad does seem to be aware of where he is. Lots of missed shots coming out here between the two teams.
Attackers need to protect the
Cooper
diffuser.
gets the kill
Position
onto
compromised.
the IQ. Heals himself up. Brief quiet before the storm here as the round goes towards ViZN. Nice closing kills there coming out from Focusing and Raspy as they jump into sight together and just close off the post-plant situation. So Church here working out a lot more than the CC defense have so far. Let's see if TM actually go onto a gym bedroom, or let's see if we see it is CCTV cache again. Very similar setup coming out here from Team Misalignment. Now let's see if they do what ViZN didn't and they adapt, because we've seen a majoritively construction-centric push coming out here from ViZN, who are going on to the Ying. So we've got the Ying and the Nomad, which is a lot of plant enabling utility, I would say. They can set up the air jabs to stop rotates across red, and they can obviously smoke out and blind everyone in sight. So we'll see if this time they can get the Maverick trick to work. So it doesn't look like any change setup here coming out from Team Misalignment. It'll be intriguing to see if this goes towards ViZN again and we see an attacker favoured Clubhouse, which I think really doesn't reinforce why Maverick is banned by so many teams if we do see it go that way.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
I suppose you could argue that the Maverick's actually not making that much difference because the Bandit's been countered previously by the Zofia coming out from Team Misalignment, and ViZN just outright didn't get the wall open on this side. So the Maverick's not necessarily affecting this. I'm just wondering if the community is seeing a bit of a swing towards understanding how to attack Clubhouse. Was that a... I'm not sure if that was a C4 being thrown out there. I heard an explosion of some sort, I'm not sure what it was. And Misalignment are roaming a lot more over on this side now, so we've actually expanded out. Let's see again. I want to see if this Bandit can do what he did. Oh my word, I'm not sure. I think he must have got that through the Maverick hole of the wall. And that is a lovely C4 from Magic, whatever he managed to do. So now ViZN really stuck trying to clear out Sensei here. If Sensei can get a kill, then he's going to swing this round very, very heavily. He just needs to waste time or just get a kill. At the moment he is the first line of defense for his team. If he loses this, then this could. He does. So we're seeing a 3v3 situation here. They've got their flank covered by the air jabs and Misalignment aren't roaming. They're all just in sight. So it's going to be a case of seeing whether or not ViZN can break down these positions. And with the Ying in play, I have a feeling they're going to have a correct utility to do so. Now, is the Bandit going to move across? Oh, there's a mute jammer down the wall, so this could potentially be a thorn in ViZN's attack here. Head jab there actually going off. I'm not sure. Oh, that was the doc downstairs, who appears to be considering a flank. Interesting operator to send. Flashing. Jinky here.
Attackers have located a
Cooper
bomb.
does get the kill, which looks like it was up through the... Oh, and that's such a simple way of denying the thermite charge here.
Flashing coming.
Expert's going to have to do a lot of work here with the... Never mind. Convincing round coming out there from Team Misalignment, who got 4 of their kills that round with C4s. What do you eat? Well played from Team Misalignment, countering the Maverick with a C4, countering the Ying with a C4. If there's operators you can't counter, just kill them. Unlucky there from ViZN in some respects. I think the C4 through the Maverick trick probably wouldn't have worked last season when the shrapnel system hadn't changed, but unfortunately for them, the new shrapnel system just not doing them any favours. And we are going back to church here, and we are seeing Ying and Jackal, so there's a lot of smoke potentially from ViZN here. Oh no, they are 6 ping contest, so they really like their flank being covered. They like the triple hard breach as well. And it looks like ViZN are just struggling a little bit to get some kills here, because they have got Raspy, who has been doing a lot of
Defenders,
work,
protect
but
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Misalignment have got Sensei and Magic both chipping in, and Cooper, although he's playing a less aggressive role, he's still going very positive here with a 2.3 KD. It looks like we're seeing the same hold coming out from here from Team Misalignment. No reason to change it because it worked effectively. ViZN wasted a lot of time clearing out the top floor when there's no one there. Let's see if Sensei's able to get a kill flanking up blue again this time. I'm not sure if ViZN have got particularly good flank drones.
5 seconds to insertion.
So just for 3 drones alive for ViZN by the looks of
Attackers'
it.
objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Not necessarily the best drone economy coming into this. Now, I think we'll see them go for a kitchen push here, which makes a lot of sense because the Ying can just throw Candelas down through the hatch if they manage to get it open. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on ViZN here to... Oh, and no, they ditched the hatch entirely, doesn't they?
Attackers have dropped the bomb defuse.
And that's not the play from Bello there. Losing the diffuser at the bottom of main stairs is going to make it very difficult here for his team to get down. I wonder if there's a little bit of frustration coming out from them. And they do look a little bit like they're rushing this attack strategy. They have got plenty of hard breach, so the thermite dying doesn't necessarily make any difference. But it doesn't look like they have any intention of breaching in here right now. Let's watch Sensei, because he is on a very deep roam here. Ooh, and the Maverick down. He drops his nade in the process. Sensei gets air jabbed on main stairs, which means that he's definitely going to be detected by the attackers here, who are in a very difficult position. They're on match point in a 3v5. They've lost quite a lot of important hard breach. They have still got the Candelas and the air jabs, but the air jabs have been used already. And they are just trying to clear our Sensei here, who is just distracting this Ying, who gets down through the vertical play. And I think we can see which way this match is going. Yep, as we see Team Misalignment and Tats there with a double kill and Sensei getting the last one. Very convincing here from Team Misalignment. They did extremely well on the CCTV attacks. And the rest of the match was fairly even. But the C4 kills coming out from Team Misalignment on their own CC defense just tilted the balance a little bit extra.